Had you had enough, Craig? What are you posting? Oh. Yes, I also feel this way. All right. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. Audacity up.
Yeah. Just pulling it up now. I had it in the background.
Okay. Ready to record in 3, 2, 1, record. And for the sync, 3,
2,
1, sync.
sync. There we go.
Zo. Get my
Oh.
50 Shades of Chicken book here.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Oh, yes. I do enjoy
And
it.
like I said, what I looked through, the recipes actually did seem sound.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to fuck up a chicken recipe. Right?
Yes.
I mean, chicken is one of those things that no matter what, it's at least somewhat tasty.
Yes. As long as you don't way overcook it and burn it or cause it to be super dry or undercook it.
Oh, that's why I never go by time. I go by temperature when I'm roasting chicken.
Yeah. Fair play.
I have a probe thermometer for a reason.
Oh, yeah. Probing that chicken, huh?
Oh, yeah, we gotta poke it a little bit. Although I did undercook
yeah.
the veggies on Christmas because I put them in 45 minutes after I put in the chicken, and they cooked for an hour. And some of the potatoes, I just had them chopped too big, so they were still a bit tough.
Yeah.
Not raw, but yeah, right.
Yeah.
But Adita forgave it because I made her favorite Brussels sprouts, which is actually one of the first things I made in that air fryer I sent you.
Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm not the biggest fan of Brussels sprouts, but they're definitely not bad.
Let me actually send you the recipe. It's actually pretty simple. Main reason why I went to the style of air fryer I have now, though, over that one is that it's a bitch to clean, especially with this recipe. So, right?
Yeah.
But you also have a dishwasher, so yeah, right?
I do have a dishwasher.
I'm just pulling up now because these are sweet and spicy Brussels sprouts. Although with the style of air fryer I have now, I get a lot better char on them than I did with that one because the amount is just kind of piled up on that one.
Yeah.
But that's why you take the basket out and toss it. You did figure out how to remove the basket, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the little button that you slide the thing up and push the button.
Well, first time Anita encountered that air fryer, she couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, okay, cool. That's how that works.
And then she pressed the button and nearly dropped the that bottom on her foot. Good times, right?
Good times.
There you go.
Thanks. I'll have to try that.
Honestly, just approximate the. It does use a oddball ingredient, gochujang.
Okay.
It's a Korean spice or Korean chili, fermented chili paste. You could honestly probably substitute it with another chili paste, or a thick hot sauce.
Yeah.
But it needs to have some body to it to be able to hold on. But with the honey, it should make it viscous enough. And honestly, I just put the entire thing in a big bowl and I toss it. But I also typically make like 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
And rarely there's leftovers. Although I forgot that they call for so much oil in this. I don't use that much oil. Right?
Yeah.
But that's just, right. Like I said, it is a bit to put together, to clean out in that one.
Yeah.
Actually, thinking about it, you brought up tape or glue. One thing I did when I bought, actually, now that I think about it, I never really used it. One of the things I got from Goodwill auctions was an electric roaster for actually very cheap. But when it got here, it also had a little bit of combat damage from FedEx, and actually
combat damage from FedEx. I like that.
And I used some JB Weld on it, some of the gel, to basically put the outer shell back in.
Yeah,
because I wasn't sure just how hot that would get. The silicone sealant.
Yeah.
But figured, that would be hot enough, or, be able to withstand a hot enough temperature at least. Just thought of that. Even though, Yours is definitely a bit more intense.
The battle damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that must have been one hell of a hit.
you
I
get
do
it
feel
out.
bad that it got that beat up.
That's all right.
Because whenever you said it was beat up, I thought you meant like, there was there is wear and tear on the basket, and there's a couple spots where it goes in that it hits that the nonstick has definitely worn through. Because right,
Yeah.
and that's what I thought you meant at first, and your internet, I guess, was being your internet. So there was no pictures, and then yeah, I guess you sent it again, and then decide, okay, well, I better send the first set too. And you know what? We'll do it again just for the hell of it. I actually got 3 sets of those pictures.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I guess Verizon wanted to make sure that you definitely got it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I was waiting for the pictures because I didn't have it at first. It's
Yeah, I
like,
only sent you 2 pictures, I believe. I think it
yeah,
was just 2.
I ended up with 6 of them.
Okay. All right.
But that's just damn right.
Yep. But it's all right. It happens.
I mean,
It still works, so that's the most important thing.
yeah, and like I said, I figured that if you liked it, you'd probably replace it within probably about 6 months. Uh, Especially if you can find one my size. I could actually link you the one I got. It's a different style.
Yeah.
It's toaster oven style,
Yeah.
and it has a few other functions on top of air frying. It's a dehydrator. It's actually a rotisserie as well.
Is it one of those like what is it, the Ninja whatever? Like someone
Kinda,
has shown
yeah.
me that when it's got like 6 devices in
Uh
one
huh.
or whatever.
Yeah, this one is actually 10 in 1. Actually, it looks like they no longer sell it, which is annoying, huh?
Yeah.
But it's like it has a roasting basket in it. It has skewers. It has a rotisserie. It's a dehydrator. It's an air fryer. You know,
Yeah.
and it has a fairly large basket on it as well. It's the Ninja's a pretty good brand as well. And it's the same sort of style. I mean, I would honestly suggest, especially where it's 3 of you, go with something like that, or a toaster oven that has convection cooking, because that's really what it all is.
Yeah.
It's just air fryers tend to pump out a bit more air.
Which I assume helps speed up the process and
Yeah,
what gives it that extra crispiness.
yeah, yeah. Basically, what it does is it dehydrates the surface a bit. Gets all the moisture off. Uh,
Hmm.
and usually, when you air fry, you're spraying some oil on it, or having oily food, or slightly oily, I guess I should say, and it'll the transference of the heat through the oil allows it to crisp up pretty nicely. And the one I have, it has multiple settings where you can put the rack on different places
Yeah.
to kind of adjust it as well. Actually, made bacon in it a couple weeks ago. Bit of a mess, but I have pans that fit in it, and it did smoke a bit because the oil popped up and got on the heat on the heating coil, but at the same time, right?
Yeah. I've never I'll have to try bacon in it too.
I've never tried it in that one.
Okay.
I do have pans that fit in my toaster oven style that basically split a entire package of bacon between 2 pans, minus like 1 or 2 slices, which either I'll toss in on top of, or just hold off for frying later.
Yeah.
So should we actually do the show?
We should actually do the show. Let me get back over here to the topics list. All right. Game face?
Game face. Just in general.
Just in general. I mean the expansion pack, yes, but if I'm remembering, and I could be misremembering, but didn't they restructure it and it like the expansion was part of the it's past thing, and then they upped the price and are only offering like one N64 game at a time or something like that.
The expansion pass is its own thing. The original Nintendo Online is the same as it always was.
Okay.
That's why I was a little confused. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nintendo Switch Online, it still has its issues, especially if you're dealing with a large amount of multiplayer uh, for less popular and optimized games.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking. Is that like, all right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember if BeamNG was one for last year or not, but oh well, right? That's part of the
Yeah.
reason why I realized, ooh, I should probably have some sort of note section, right?
Yeah. I'm now looking at the Nintendo Switch Online thing.
Yeah, it didn't change price or anything. It's essentially the expansion pass is a secondary tier that didn't really impact the first one outside of, seems like they're not doing any more of the NES and SNES games, but honestly, they hadn't been doing that for a while.
I guess I'm just remembering this wrong. What it was, you know.
Don't get me wrong, the expansion pass is totally not worth it because, oh, that could be a good one. It's just the emulators for Switch Online expansion pass. Oof.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it. I think the fact that I remembered it being bad is, and it's our show, right? Screw it. We can do whatever we
Yeah.
want. But the fact that I remembered it that way says
Mhm.
something about how it was received when it launched earlier
Mhm.
in the year or last year, whatever.
Well, you do understand what I was asking, right?
Yeah.
Any questions on mine?
No, I don't think so. Except there's a few of them that I don't remember either the games or recognize them, but that's okay. You know, we'll get into it as we go along. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna send you something. I have kept this a secret all
Oh
day
boy.
because I wanted to get your completely
Oh boy.
unadulterated reaction, live or Craig recorded,
Oh
whatever.
boy. I'm not sure if I like this.
So I saw this morning and I took a picture.
Ew.
Share Discord with you. Send. There you go.
Thought that you were going to have something that was original that hasn't been all over my state.
That's the first one that I've seen in the wild.
I haven't seen any in the wild, but I don't exactly go to gas stations.
Right.
But
Fair
it's
enough.
just, but it's just, right?
Yep. For the listener, it's a Joe Biden sticker and it says, I did that. And he's pointing to the price of gas,
Mind you,
which,
mind you, the gas is also the premium one. Yeah, the 93 octane. That's always expensive.
yep. But it is at the time of recording, or at the time of when I took the picture this morning, it was $3.49.
Point nine.
49.9 cents. So a gallon for premium gas at this one particular gas station.
But
But
also, most people don't need premium 93 octane.
nope. But yeah, I saw that and I took a picture and I was like, I don't know what Rage's reaction is going to be, but I have to share this with him when we record tonight.
It's more just, but also, mind you, gas is one of those things that is volatile to begin with. Plus, states have an absurd amount of taxes on them. Mind you, it says tax included on that as well. So, right?
Yeah. Also, Tennessee has got lower gas prices than many other places in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the days of cheap, quote unquote, cheap gas are long gone
Mm-hmm.
and probably will never return. And honestly, probably don't need to return. Need to get that gross stuff on out of here for the most
Mind
part.
you, the average is, according to AAA, 330.1.
For I guess regular unleaded.
It actually doesn't say, but I'm assuming regular. Oh, here it is. Regular. It's uh, 330 with premium being 394. So that is actually below the average.
Indeed,
But
by
but hey,
nearly 50 cents.
information and actual facts that doesn't play into the GOP playbook at all.
I know, right? Could easily go look something up. It's public record.
Matter of fact, Well, I'm just looking. Tennessee has way lower gas prices, as you said. Matter of fact, there's an entire block essentially in the South, red states, that is just way, way, way below the average. And
Yeah.
that's, part of them is oil producing, right? Or oil
Yeah.
refining, not producing states, but right.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the thing is that they latch onto this narrative of one, you know, the president doesn't control the gas prices directly. There can be policy changes, there can be market things that the president does that will impact gas prices indirectly, but he's not doing that and pointing it right.
Yeah.
The same way that you can't credit Trump, well, with a lot of things that the GOP credits him with, but one, low gas prices, right?
Yeah. Certainly there can be effects on pricing for something that a president can, cause or um, have a very brief sort of ripple effect on, but largely speaking, unless you do massive, huge, sweeping economic changes, the economy just does what it does, and it takes a long time for any kind of decision to take effect and bear out. Sometimes multiple years.
And also, mind you, we're coming off of a bit of a pandemic where there was a lot of supply and not much demand,
Yeah,
which causes the price to go suddenly through the roof, right?
yeah. Well, a lot of supply and not much demand. Your price goes to the floor,
Mm-hmm.
but then your production typically goes down, and then
Well,
if you
but here's the
rebound,
thing: is that there's always a lag
yeah.
between the amount of time that the production can ramp up or ramp down and the actual demand. But I'm actually looking at a U.S. inflation calculator and the price of gas over time, and it's pretty goddamn stable when you're adjusting for inflation. Matter of fact, it's slowly going down. I mean, there's been massive swings, yes, especially in recent years. However, over time, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right?
I didn't realize that its price was stable over time when compared to inflation, but
Yeah, uh, no idea how reputable this site is, but yeah, what the hell, right? Take a look at that chart, right?
looking.
Right there at the top.
Yeah,
That's pretty stable, huh?
that's very stable.
Wild swings lately, yes, but that's also not as impacted by inflation. And it's also, a couple years and then it's back down. Up 1 year, then back down the next, right?
Yeah. I don't know this, although I wouldn't be surprised. Is gas subsidized by the US government or gasoline, fuel, whatever?
Believe so, actually. Yes.
Well, that might be part of it.
Because I know people are bitching and moaning about the gas prices in the US, and it's way down compared to the rest of the world
Yeah.
because it's so subsidized. I knew it was down compared to the rest of the world, but I didn't realize it was so heavily subsidized. But that's also the reason why, there's corn syrup and everything, is that, the corn industry, the corn farmers are subsidized by the US government so that they can produce so much corn, and then it's made to high fructose corn syrup, which is dirt cheap to sell, and then it gets put into everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even tinfoil hat territory. That's just stuff that you could find on government websites.
That's just reality.
Yeah.
Just like very
This is
easily provable.
this is a JFK showing up in Daily Plaza, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, just what the hell, right?
Yep. So, you ready?
Yeah, I think so. I have a feeling. Oh, and yep, we have Facebook's uh, scholars going all after Fauci for calling a senator a moron under his breath. Never mind the fact that I'm willing to bet that some of the people are saying name calling is so juvenile. If I go to their profiles, it's going to be all Trumpisms, right?
I would believe that you would be correct. Yes.
Uh,
All right, you got a desk.
yeah.
Yep.
Loading up now. Is that? Oh, there it is. I'd resorted some stuff on my menu, so and nearly sorted that one off my pinned things. Okay, all set.
All right. Ready to record in 3, 2, 1. Record. And for the sync, 3, 1. Sync.
Sync. I think I jumped the gun a little bit, but
That's all right. I don't see anything about any on Facebook about anybody yelling at Fauci for being completely correct. I'm sure that's there. If I
if you
looked,
want, I could share the local news talking about his crimes against humanity. Right?
oh, the huge manatee.
Mm-hmm. Well, Trump really did love the poorly educated.
He did indeed. All right. Oh,
You kind of went Jerry Lewis there for a moment.
I made a silly noise.
Like I said,
Yo, zabba zabba. Woohoo.
or like Jerry Lewis if he was a minion.
Oh no, that's probably not good. All right, close out of my PayPal tab. Close out all those tabs. Need this tab. I played Horizon 5 a smidge today. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I haven't played it a bunch, But I was like, oh, I'm going to play just a tiny bit more
Well,
before
it's
we
kind of
record
gotten to the
tonight.
point where I'm pretty much just on the treadmill of the weekly playlist. Had to, well, I went in and did the Eliminator. One, to experience it, but also to try to pad some points.
Yeah.
And it is definitely not my game mode.
I like the Eliminator. I don't love it, but like a couple rounds, I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. And then, not play it for a bit and then come back.
Well, I
I've
got
played.
stuck with no upgrades whatsoever and got challenged by a level 6 car, and it's like, well, that was
I had
bullshit.
that same experience the first time, but I won specifically because I was in a slower car. The finish was like the angle we were coming at was a jump, and he hit it going, I don't know how fast, way too fast, and
As
he
fast as that
overshot.
DeLorean running on the top of the leaderboards.
Yes, but he overshot the point and it didn't count. And so before he could stop and turn around and come back, I hit the jump and I landed on top of the point in my my VW Beetle. And so I stole his car. It was great. I loved it. I was like, that was a good first experience. That was the very first, because I didn't know what the hell I was looking for, because the thing lies. It's like
Airdrops.
it's like airdrops are gonna show up near cities and like points, like,
But it's the pink smoke, isn't it?
yeah, it's like the
See, I
purpley
didn't.
pink smoke.
I didn't see it until after I was already challenged. So right.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, they lied. They did you dirty. Like, you're better off to just spawn in a field so that you can see around you.
Mm-hmm.
But I've played 3 times in total. I think one of the, like, there's an accolade or an achievement or something for doing it 5 times. So, but I like it more than well, no, I probably like it on par with the playground games.
Well, the
It's just kind of
playground.
what am I in the mood
We're
for?
well, the playground games. There, you suffer from imbalanced teams, and also people stop giving a shit after the first game.
Yeah, true.
Which we'll get to that, right?
Yeah, but yeah, this is probably the game club that I've played the most coming into it, except maybe BattleTech. I don't think
But you know life's BattleTech.
the Microsoft app doesn't, or the Game Pass whatever app doesn't tell you how long you've played a game, does it?
No, but you could get a rough estimate just based off of your level, right? Have you prestiged?
Oh yeah. I'm prestige and then driver level 20 something.
I
20,
think I'm in the
20.
90s or right at 100.
I'm in the mid 20s on the first prestige level. Right now I'm going through and completing all of the races that I haven't done. Like anything that's marked, like basically I just set the map to new and have been hitting stuff that's marked as new on my map.
Well, I did do, or at least enough of the Vocho to get the European Beetle because it's the wrong one, right? And
Yeah.
which that's more them reusing assets, and some of the cars look a little rougher than the others.
Can't say I've noticed that.
Uh, well, it's more the fact that not as many features. It's not they don't have the engines. You can't open up some of the doors, that sort of thing.
Oh, is that why sometimes car engine sounds don't work?
Yeah,
It's because they're old assets? I
or that's just a bug.
ah, I kind of just assumed it was a bug, which, that
Well,
doesn't, I
well,
guess, make it much
well,
better, but
that is a bug. It's just if you can't open up like the hood to look at the engine, it's an old reused car asset.
didn't know that. Although I don't really go in to the,
Well,
what do they
well,
call it? The
well,
expanded car view?
well, it's one of those things that whenever you swap out cars and one of the Horizon outposts,
Yeah.
it defaults to that, and you can see, oh wow, this car has no features on it. It must be an old model, and and it doesn't look quite as nice. It texturally it looks good, but it's one of those things that once you notice it, you notice it.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
it's a little bit more jaggedy, I guess is the proper term for it, or kind of. It's hard to really. It's not like okay, now this is N64 level versus PlayStation 2, but right.
yeah. It's, to be honest, like anytime it pops into that like expanded view, I immediately hit B.
Mhm.
I'm not interested. Like, I mean, it's a neat feature that has been in Forza games for a long time now. But I just, it was neat and novel, 5 or
Well, I was
6 years
wondering why
ago.
some. Well, I was wondering why some of the cars had hardly any features on it, and started looking into it.
Yeah. The feature that I miss about that, I only remember it being in Forza 5. They got at the time they were still in Top Gear. It was before everything happened and they got, bumped out and swapped over to Amazon for Grand Tour. But they had uh Clarkson, uh May and Hammond do
Mhm.
voiceover for the cars, and they had like a little blurb that they would read about a car the first time you got it, and then you could play it anytime afterwards when you were doing the expanded car view.
Mhm.
I was all about that.
Yeah, shame they don't really talk about any of the cars outside of the Vocho, of course.
Right.
But maybe we should start doing our game club stuff and not talk about game club.
Yeah, we probably should. We probably should. Got that extra content there, Craig. All right, you got Audacity up?
Vocho with my familia and Papa Fernando.
Mi familia.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, right.
Yep. All right. You ready to record?
Yes.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, record. And for the sync, 3, 1, sync.
Sync. Yay.
Yay.
We better hurry up. I only have 842 hours and 99 minutes left.
Where does it
Or
tell
sorry,
you
or
how
sorry,
much?
59.
I've
Uh,
seen that before, but where does it tell you?
at the bottom of the window.
Ah. Oh shit. I've only got 104 hours. Although I'm recording this onto my SSD, which is smaller. But anyways. Alrighty. Did I fix the date? I did. All right. Ready?